Welcome to Potions, Lotions, and Ghost Stories here at Homegrown Oddities. Tonight we'll be making potions for my friends. I want to introduce you to John, our neighbor in the cemetery across the street. John passed away when he was 68 years old, in 1866. I see John every so often. He has this nice little dress suit on, his little pants, his blue shirt, jacket, little top hat. Sometimes when it's really hot out in the summer, he wears a straw hat, without the jacket, of course. Talks to me about his wife, Persis, who also lives in the cemetery, but we'll talk about her at another time. In the same cemetery as the Amish boy, mind you. Now, if you don't know about the Amish boy, you might want to check out episode 1. But anyways, back to John. John was a very nice gentleman, a little lost, always looking for some of his friends that he could never seem to find. He'd come and see me, sit at the end of my bed, stare at me at the end of my bed, wake up like in a cold sweat because I didn't know who he was. He was a handsome man. But he kept telling me he couldn't find his friends. And I did remind him that even though I could see, I have been a psychic and a medium since I was a child, and I've been seeing people and things since then, that it was the year 2000, and he had passed away in 1866. He didn't understand. He tried, but he didn't understand. But I kept asking him, who couldn't he find? He said his friends, his friends. Now this started happening a couple of years after we had been here. And I kept asking him, where are they? What are their names? He wouldn't tell me. The visits got less and less, and then every so often I'd see him again. And I said, well, did you check down the road where you told me that they were? He goes, I did, but I can't find them. I told him to go down the dirt road because that used to be the old road behind my house. I did my research, and I looked the old map. The road actually went through my backyard. But because it was no longer there, it now went down by my house on the side road. And John said, I can't find him, I can't find him. Well, he still didn't give me a name. So I said, I'm sorry, John, I wish I could help you more, but without names, I can't look back in the records. Not that there were many records from 1800s and the 1700s. As some of you know where I live, that the militia from 1792 came here looking for Indians, as they call it, the Rolling Hills. And he goes, but I can't find them. I have to find them. It's important. They're missing. And I just said, sorry, John, I'm not sure where they are. I can't find them. I don't see anybody that has an address for that road. Well, wouldn't you know, a few years had passed, and John would see me every so often telling me about how he couldn't find his friends. Well, my kids were in school by this time. My daughter was born. It was, 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. And they had found bodies in the back of somebody's yard, down on the dirt road next to my house. John finally had come back to me and said, they've been found, you found my friends. And I said, John, I didn't find anybody. They found them in their backyard. They were buried in stones. Back at that time, they didn't have proper cemeteries. They didn't have proper burials. Where you died is where you were buried. John was just so happy his friends were found. Every so often, I see John and his friends. They come by, they say hello, and they say thank you. I tell them every time I didn't find them. They said, I know, but thank you. Thank you just for being there. And I was like, you're welcome. And John introduced me to his wife. Oh, Persis, she's a wonderful lady. But we'll have to talk about her next time, here on Potions, Lotions, and Ghost Stories at Homegrown Oddities. I thank you very much for joining me as I made my potions. You enjoy your evening.